What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. I'm on the way to work. Been busy with a lot of stuff, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of the hot topics of the week. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Comment your opinion, whether you agree or disagree. We can talk about it. Let's get into it. On my Facebook page, Chris Classic Williams, if you didn't add me yet, I wanted to talk about the Goldberg situation. Okay, so check this out. So a lot of people are upset that Goldberg has come back, and because of his limited moveset, and he's old and he doesn't do what he used to do. It's debatable about how great he was when he was in his prime, but anyway, a lot of people are upset. And when I'm saying the people who are upset is majority of the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community. Now, I am a part of it because of what I do and also what I comment on my channel and everything like that. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's going to be bad ratings, or why they keep bringing him back. But what I want to bring up is that when his music hit, the people were chanting Goldberg. The fans were chanting Goldberg, even children. Mind you, Goldberg came out when I was a child. So that says something there. And I think what the Internet Wrestling Community has to realize is that the Internet Wrestling Community isn't the only wrestling community. It's just that most of us are on the Internet. And just because you speak on the Internet, which is a huge platform, that does not mean that you speak up for all the other fan communities. You have people that just watch wrestling, period, who doesn't go into the Internet wrestling community because it is toxic sometimes. It is very toxic sometimes, especially when you have a different opinion about a company or a wrestler. It can be toxic. It can be worthless sometimes to be a part of it because some people will give you ridicule. So with that being said, some people don't even partake in the Internet wrestling community. They just watch it and then go to sleep. They don't tweet about it. They don't write about it. They may talk about it at work, but that's just what it is. Some people are just fans. They watch it, regardless if it's AEW, WWE, Impact, MLW, C3, Ultimate Wrestling. It does not matter. So I think that a lot of people have to understand that just because your opinion might be popular with someone else's who's on the Internet, it doesn't mean that it's everybody's. And then you do have people that are part of the Internet wrestling community that's fine with Goldberg coming back. I don't mind it, regardless if he lost or not. And then even with Brock, I like Brock, but Brock only works great when he likes the person. I don't want to chance that neither. Because we act like Brock has been putting on clinics like when he came in with the Here Comes the Pain, the next big thing. So we can't even slight that. What if he doesn't like Bobby? And what if it's a small match? They act like Lesnar has had long matches. So that's just that's just a thing to talk about. It's just like everything isn't for everybody. You can change it. And most of the time, especially with the Internet community, no disrespect, y'all don't like that Goldberg is back, but you're still going to watch the show. You're still going to blog about it. You're going to have your opinion, regardless if it's a good match or not. It's like, if you're that upset, then don't watch it. Like, if you watch AEW and then you see other people that you don't like, you don't have to watch it. You can have an opinion. You might not like the person, but most of the time, if this is your bread and butter, baby, bread and butter, you're going to watch it. So that's the thing. Like I said, no diss to nobody. The next thing, Karrion Kross. Okay, so Karrion Kross had his first loss, bars, to Jeff Hardy. And I believe it was like 1 minute and 23 seconds. And a lot of people are upset. A lot of people are saying that they're burying Karrion Kross. They're saying, oh my God, they wasted his talent and Vince doesn't care about NXT. Okay, I think there's some truth to that. I don't think that NXT was the next major brand. I think it was set up a couple of years ago, but maybe they saw different. And I think the fact that when they were competing with AEW on Wednesday nights, I think that was also a factor too, because AEW whooped their butt in ratings. There was only a few times where AEW beat them. So from Vince's standpoint, he's probably like, oh, okay, well, you're not even the second show. You know, regardless if the wrestling is better and the story is not. With that being said, it's not the end of Karrion Kross. If you look in wrestling history, there are times where you do have a unstoppable monster. They lose by a roll up, and his legs was on the ropes. Like, you have people that do roll ups and then it's quick. Like, that does not mean that Karrion's career is over, and it does not mean that he's buried. And that's another thing. We have to stop talking about because somebody lost or they're on a losing streak, they're getting buried. This is a business, you guys. You guys have to realize that this is a business. Somebody has to lose. You want storylines. Sometimes storylines incorporate people to lose more than others, or some to win more than others. You know, apparently he said it's not over between the two. Can we wait for it to fizzle out and then say something? If you feel like saying something. It's a quick pin. Now, if it was a long match, you would be upset. And somebody, I wish I knew, I would give them credit. They said, now, if Karrion squashed Jeff, some people would be upset. Oh, Jeff doesn't get opportunities. Jeff doesn't get this, Jeff that. So it's to each his own. But just because somebody suffers a loss to a guy who's already a legend, like, we forget that Jeff is a legend. Regardless of his stuff, people still love him. I remember I seen a meme, somebody said black people love Jeff Hardy. We just do. I don't know why, but, you know, I got a homie who loves Jeff Hardy. I like Jeff Hardy too, especially when his head on straight. But anyway, we just gotta realize, just because it's something that we don't like, that doesn't mean that the person is buried or anything like that. Is it awkward now? Yes, because of all the guys that did lose to him in NXT and all of these matches and stuff like that and what they're doing in NXT. Yes, it is awkward. I will say that, but can we just wait for it to pan out? The last topic I wanted to speak about was the rumors. I don't know if it's confirmed or not. Bryan Danielson, to AEW. My thoughts, that's a big move. That's a big power move if Mr. Danielson is in AEW. I think what we have to realize is this is a great time for the AEW to bring in or try to get in some of these guys that have popular names, especially because the crowds are back. Daniel Bryan became one of the most over guys in WWE. So if he goes to AEW, I'm sure it's the same thing. Now, ratings, of course, who doesn't love Daniel Bryan? Daniel Bryan is just a star. He was always a star. I mean, it took him a while in WWE. Let me not say that. So, is it something that WWE would be upset about? Probably a little bit or whatever like that, but I don't think, it's too early to call. I know a lot of people are already giving out their dream matches for Bryan Danielson, and that's kind of dope too. You just think about it. Like I said, I don't know if it's confirmed or not. I'm not going to sit here and just go off of dirt sheets and rumors and stuff like that. I just wanted to talk about it because everybody else is talking about it. Why not? So I think that's a good thing for Daniel Bryan. I know that WWE was trying to get a contract, and unfortunately it didn't work. I don't know if it's true, but this goes into what I've talked about in the other videos. I hope you guys watched about when you sign a WWE star or just a star in general. When you sign them, that means that somebody else might go below the pecking order. And that's the truth. So it's just like, a lot of guys, they love AEW's product. They say it's a lot better than WWE. They like this and they like that. You may see somebody that you like. You might not see them as much. Or you might see them on Dark if you watch Dark and Dark Elevation. I watch both shows. I got opinions on both. They're kind of the same show. But anyway, these are things that you do have to think about. A lot of people was feeling Impact when Impact got big. You were feeling AJ Styles. You were feeling Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels. You was feeling guys that were vets in the game already, but they were mainstays in Impact Wrestling or TNA Impact Wrestling. And then, Kurt Angle came, and that was a big thing. This is what kind of it reminds me of in a little bit. Kurt Angle came and shook up everything. And then a lot of other wrestling superstars, they came in and they shook up a lot of things. But what happened was the roster got oversaturated. They started paying people that couldn't wrestle as great as they used to, and then you had some people that were the forefront. They got pushed to the back burner. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Chris Sabin. All of these guys got pushed to the back burner. And this is the thing about wrestling business. You have to realize that it is kind of an order on how they do things. It really is about championships, about what they want to do. You know, Daniel Bryan, I don't know if they're going to put the belt on him or not, but you got to think as far as storyline goes, somebody's going to be dropped down a peg, or they might even be forgot about, and that's the truth. But as far as a business decision, signing Bryan Danielson, that is pretty dope. That is pretty big if they did it. So that is very, very interesting. We went from the beginning of the week to where everybody was upset about the Karrion Kross and Goldberg, and now everybody's elated and have a lot of joy because Bryan Danielson may come to AEW. That's funny how the wrestling world works, man. But yeah, man, I just wanted to do a car blog. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Let's talk more about this. I'm probably going to do a couple more like this because of everything that's been going on with my life. I'm not complaining. I'm just grateful to God that He's given me everything that I asked for. Faith without works is dead, people. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.